In late 2025, something strange started happening. Grocery prices finally stopped climbing, but so did incomes. AI was now in every industry, speeding things up, cutting costs, replacing meetings, and sometimes people. Rent didn't drop. Neither did digital subscriptions. Streaming services stacked fees. Food delivery apps added new, efficiency charges. Everything was the same price, or more, but somehow felt heavier. And then came the question, how are people still affording life? That's when I met Lina, a 34-year-old copywriter living in Toronto. She doesn't make six figures. She's not living in a cabin. She doesn't grow her own tomatoes or extreme coupon. But her bank account? It's calm, controlled, growing, even in this economy. So I asked, what's your secret? She smiled and said, I just started living like it's already 2026. It sounded strange at first, but what she meant, it changed everything. Because 2026 isn't about budgeting harder. It's not about cutting more. It's about being strategic, proactive, and a little rebellious with money, time, and tech. And as it turns out, frugal people aren't falling behind. They're getting ahead. Here are 6 smart, surprising, and essential frugal habits you'll definitely need in 2026. Habit 1. Digital minimalism isn't just a trend. It's the financial power move. Lina's first move wasn't flashy. It didn't involve spreadsheets, investing, or learning crypto. It started with an unsubscribe button. I didn't downsize my lifestyle. I just stopped paying for things I wasn't using. Have you ever scrolled through your phone and realized you're still paying for an app you haven't used in 6 months? Or that you're subscribed to 5 different streaming services but only watch one? Lina was in the same boat. One weekend, she opened her digital wallet, took inventory, and found $317 in monthly subscriptions, from AI tools to fitness trackers to forgotten trials that auto-renewed long ago. She canceled 80% of them in an afternoon. The result? An instant annual savings of nearly $3,800. Without cutting anything she actually missed. This is the first frugal habit you'll need in 2026, digital minimalism as a financial strategy. As more of life moves online, companies are banking on your distraction. Micro-subscriptions, premium add-ons, AI upgrades, but none of them feel like a big deal until they pile up quietly in the background. In 2026, being frugal isn't about deleting Netflix. It's about auditing your digital life like a CFO audits expenses. Use tools like Rocket Money AI or even your bank's built-in expense tracker to cancel what you don't use and reset your baseline. Your bank account doesn't need more income. It needs fewer leaks. Habit 2. Micromobility isn't just about biking. It's an inflation hack. Why would I pay hundreds a month just to be stuck in traffic twice a day? That's what Lina asked herself last spring, staring at her gas bill and the ever-climbing cost of car insurance. Her 2017 hatchback had just passed 200,000 kilometers. Repairs were adding up. Insurance premiums had quietly jumped again. So she sold it. Not to downgrade, but to downshift entirely. She bought a used electric bike from a neighbor, downloaded a transit app, and joined a local micromobility co-op that gave her access to scooters and short-term car rentals when needed. Within 5 months, she had saved over $2,000 and her commute? Faster, healthier, zero stress about parking or fuel prices. In 2026, micromobility isn't just for urban hipsters. It's the new frugality frontier. Gas prices remain unstable. Insurance is up nearly 23% globally since 2024. And city planning is shifting toward 15-minute neighborhoods where everything essential is within walking or biking distance. The frugal fix? Explore e-bike tax credits in your country. Join a scooter share or micromobility co-op. Use apps to optimize routes. Rethink if you need to own a car, or just use one occasionally. In 2026, the real flex is owning fewer wheels and more freedom. Habit 3. What if you could earn without hustling? Welcome to the decentralized side hustle. What if you could earn extra income without selling anything, clocking extra hours, or even leaving your house? That's exactly what Lina discovered in late 2025. She wasn't freelancing. She wasn't flipping furniture. Yet every month, a few $100s trickled into her wallet, quietly, consistently. No burnout. No boss. No burnout culture. So what was she doing? Participating. Lina had tapped into something called the decentralized side hustle, a rising movement where people earn small amounts of passive income by contributing to digital networks. Not through labor, but through access, bandwidth, data, or infrastructure. Like running a helium hotspot to support IoT devices and earn tokens, sharing unused internet bandwidth via Honeygain, participating in decentralized storage like Filecoin, joining research platforms that pay for anonymous health or consumer data, even earning energy credits through community solar cooperatives. These aren't get-rich schemes. They're get-smart systems, slow-growing income streams that reward participation in the digital and local economies of the future. The frugal shift. In 2026, frugality isn't just about cutting spending. It's about unlocking underused assets, your Wi-Fi, your rooftop, your idle data, and letting them work for you. No hustle, just strategy. Habit 4. Buy less, but own better. The rise of smart scarcity. Here's a question no one was asking a few years ago. Do I really need more stuff or just better stuff? In 2026, frugal people aren't buying more, they're buying smarter. And they're owning things in a whole new way. Lina used to buy whatever was on sale, clothes, gadgets, kitchen tools. Now, she slowed it all way down. Last year, she bought one winter coat, just one. It was pricier than her usual, but it's high quality, ethically made, and built to last. She's already worn it through 2 brutal seasons, and it still looks brand new. This is smart scarcity. Instead of chasing discounts and filling carts, people are asking deeper questions. Will this last 5 years or 5 washes? Can I repair this? Can I share it? Can it serve more than one purpose? In 2026, minimalism evolves into value-maximizing ownership. Tool libraries, repair cafes, and community sharing hubs are booming because the new frugal isn't just about cutting costs, it's about cutting waste. Invest in Buy It for Life items, BIFL. Learn one basic repair skill. It pays for itself fast. Remember, owning less doesn't make you poor. Owning smarter? That's wealth. Habit 5. Go local or go broke. The quiet wealth of hyperlocal living. Here's a weird truth about 2026. Sometimes, the richest people aren't the ones earning the most. They're just the most plugged into their local community. Lina's not a farmer. She doesn't live off the grid. But last year, she joined a local co-op that changed her entire budget. She gets weekly produce from a nearby farm, trades extra childcare hours with a neighbor, swapped a broken coffee grinder for a perfectly good blender, all through a local free cycle group. And the crazy part? She's not even trying to be frugal. She's just participating in a smarter system. In 2026, local networks are becoming the new safety net. From food to childcare to repairs and tools, people are finding real value outside of traditional money. Why it works? Global supply chains? Still fragile. Shipping fees? Rising. But your neighborhood? That's recession-proof. Frugal local moves to try. Join a community-supported agriculture program. Check out local buy nothing or time banking groups. Use community boards, apps, or co-ops for goods, tools, or skills. This isn't just about saving cash. It's about building a life that's less dependent, more resilient, and quietly powerful. Habit 6. Protect your time like money, because in 2026, it's worth more. Quick question. What's more valuable in 2026, your money or your attention? If you're constantly tired, overwhelmed, or too busy to think straight, even the best financial plan won't stick. That's why Lina started doing something radical. She began guarding her time like it was cash. She logs off every Friday at 3 p.m. No side hustles, no errands, just quiet walks, long books, thinking time. Slowing down saved me, she says, because that's when I make my best decisions. This is what she calls time value investing. It's the habit of spending your time the way investors treat money, with intention, risk management, and long-term thinking. Because decision fatigue leads to impulse spending. Burnout leads to bad habits. Rushed living leads to costly mistakes. Protect your time, sharpen your clarity, and you'll naturally spend less and live more. In 2026, the real flex? Not being busy. It's being free to think. There's a quiet kind of wealth no one talks about. It's the feeling of knowing you're okay, even when prices rise, trends shift, or the world gets noisy. It's waking up without that tight knot in your stomach, wondering if your paycheck will stretch. That's what frugality really is in 2026. Not a budget, not a burden, but a form of quiet rebellion in a system that profits when you stay distracted, overwhelmed, and overspending. So no, these 7 habits aren't just tips. They're a blueprint for living light, resilient, and in control, no matter what the economy does next. Because real wealth, it's not what you have, it's what you no longer need to chase.